right, glad you're with us here on a Wednesday. Longshore and McKnight here midweek, and glad you are with us as well. Whether you're viewing us, whether you're listening to us, part of Yellowhammer News and yellowhammernews.com. Barry, it is a big day in basketball. I know there's a lot of conference tournaments that have started, but I'm looking at the slate for Wednesday, March the 11th, and I know the SEC's kicking off, but it looks like the world is too. Wow, look at all these games today.
I love it. I love it. Goodness gracious. I love it. Don't have anything to do specifically over the next couple of days, which is weird because I've had a play-by-play broadcast for 5 straight days. I was in Tuscaloosa last night.
Oh, how'd that go?
Trojans fell to the Crimson Tide 7-3 last night, and yet again, I'm in Tuscaloosa, not a ton, but a couple, 3-4 times a year. Seems like every time I go there, there's always something new going on. There's new buildings or something like that. Do I remember the Sid McDonald Hall? Do we know Sid McDonald?
Sid McDonald was a politician. Golly, I've not heard that name in decades. I want to say he ran for governor. So did Shorty Price, for that matter.
Yeah, but there's no Shorty Price Hall. If it was, it would probably be a lawnmower shed.
Sid McDonald was, somebody help me here. I guess I could Google it. I want to say it was like.
I could too, yeah.
I don't know why agricultural commissioners pops out, but I don't think that was it. Maybe he was
because that would have been Auburn. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe he was a senator or legislator, but the name rings a bell.
Yeah, we were riding right by it, and I said, "What the heck is a Sid McDonald?" I don't remember that one, but it's huge. So back and not with a ton of sleep over the last week, but this is what I'll do. This is why I love. My favorite time of the year in basketball is, of course, the tournament. Sure. March Madness. We can say March Madness as long as I'm not promoting anything.
Yeah, I don't think we're financially gaining anything off of it, so I think we're good.
I don't know. If we promote something, then here come the lawyers. But March Madness. I love it. I love it.
You know what, Barry? I'll let our suits deal with it. They've done pretty well up to this point, so I'm pretty happy with our guys.
Yeah. John is, I guess all of those parking tickets disappeared or something downtown.
Yeah.
But I love it. I'm the guy. I will watch. John, who has the attention span and the memory of a 11-year-old.
So are you telling me you're going to watch St. Bonaventure and LaSalle at 10:30 this morning on the I didn't even know there still was a USA Network.
Is there?
That's what it says here.
They used to have that one lady on USA up all night, and she her last name was Shear, Shear, and she was all that. But my favorite time of the year is March Madness. Yeah, I was the one who was watching the Cinderella run for Loyola and Fairleigh Dickinson and George Mason and Florida Atlantic. Everybody's like, wow, look at these. I've never heard of them. And I'm thinking, didn't you see their opening round upset over New Mexico State? Oh, no. Oh, man, it was great. Yeah, I'm that guy. Same thing with this. Same thing. Now, I'm not going to watch all of them. I'm busy. I've got a job. But, if there is a chance and I'm looking around and I see not even the SEC. I mean, I'll watch Mississippi State and Auburn a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
But elsewhere, you kidding me? Count me in for St. Bonaventure and LaSalle at 10:30 this morning. Give me a little bit of, Prairie View and Bethune-Cookman from the SWAC. Loyola, Chicago versus Richmond at 1:00 today. USA Network must be making a comeback, John.
It must.
Because they got a ton of that. Heck, I'm watching, 4 games today in the SEC tournament. And
I've got to go, Barry. I got to check my channel lineup. I just don't recall USA being on it. Maybe I need to add it today. It's kind of like True TV. I don't want to watch it until the tournament rolls around. bait car, stuff like that used to be kind of fun, but I don't even know if I have true TV. So I got to get that ready for the tournament next year.
Yeah. But yeah, sign me up. I'm watching all that stuff if I can.
Tough for me today, Barry, depending on how many oil tankers make it through the Strait of whatever that place is over there. And, if oil prices drop another $24 a barrel in a day and we're dropping more bombs on Iran, it's kind of tough to wait a minute. What's going on over here? Wait a minute. LaSalle and St. Bonnie? Okay, they're good. Let's go back to this. So my attention's going to be all over the map today.
I'm looking more like the other way. I'm saying, all right, here we go. I see you, LaSalle. Man, look at Wyoming here. Boy, they play an interesting band of basketball. Delaware State versus Morgan State. All right. Here we go. All right, everything good over there? Okay, good. Yeah, man. All right. Oh, look, McNeese versus Stephen F. Austin. I'm kind of exactly the opposite.
See how it works, folks? See how we've been together for 30 years? Wouldn't work if we were doing the same thing every day.
Now, on the other side of things, will I have a preference? Yes, I will. I will watch Tim Robbins in Shawshank Redemption instead of Tim Robbins in that beach movie where he played Larry Mother Tucker when he was 21. I'm watching, if there's a chance, I'm watching the higher quality. But if not, give me a little St. Bonaventure. Serve up some Morgan State. I will be watching the SEC tournament today. There is really nothing up for grabs in the first round. Like, if Kentucky loses to LSU, the first game of the day, Kentucky is playing on day one, game one, and they're playing LSU at 11:30 this morning. Now, LSU's a 16 seed. They're horrible. Horrible? Are they horrible, John?
They're pretty bad. Well,
horrible.
There's another team I'm going to talk about later that's pretty bad too. But yeah,
guess who that will be. But I mean, if Kentucky loses, are they really knocked out of the NCAA tournament? I mean, Kentucky, they haven't been great, and their coach is on thin ice. Here's a hint: Big Blue Nation don't like having to get up early on Wednesday morning to root their team on. They're going to find somebody who keeps that from happening. They may make a move, but there's nothing at stake there. Kentucky, even if they lose, it would be a horrendous loss, but they keeping Kentucky out? I don't think so.
That's a good one. There's this conspiracy theory out there, and I've heard it in football as well, Barry. Don't have any factual proof that some teams just get in. Basketball, football, I don't know who these teams are, but I've heard people. God, I miss Phillip. Oh, geez, I miss him so bad. But
I know you do. It's tough.
I've heard that before. Some teams just get in.
So what you look for? Kentucky. It's Kentucky. They'll have a jillion fans there. I bet the SEC tournament people are ecstatic that Kentucky's playing.
Well, are they?
The first game on the first round, because they get crowds on a day.
I'm going to be looking for that though, Barry. I'm not so sure. I think Kentucky fans going, wait a minute, Wednesday, 12 noon. That's beneath us.
Don't get me wrong. It ain't going to be a sellout. That place seats 20,000. It won't be sold out, but there is going to be a mass exodus. It's like a fire alarm has been pulled when you got Mississippi State and Auburn. And that's a shame, because Auburn, over the last several years, a good number of years now, has been one of the bigger draws in the SEC, particularly at home, particularly with the networks. This year, How many of you Auburn fans are watching this right now from your hotel room downtown Nashville?
Ooh.
Right now? Raise your hands. No. So, they're glad they got Kentucky in the first round. Other than that, first round, Ole Miss and Texas fans, your number 10 seeded Texas Longhorns against the second worst team in the SEC. And then South Carolina and Oklahoma tonight.
Ooh,
John.
Yeah, there's some woofers today. LSU, Mississippi State, South Carolina.
Yeah, they ain't drawing flies.
So I wonder. I've heard, Barry, that there's a pretty good contingent of Auburn fans in Nashville, alums, graduates, whatever. I think I read that somewhere in a musings column when Auburn was playing Vanderbilt in football. So I guess they'll show out to Bridgestone this afternoon. I just can't imagine a lot of state fans are going to be there for the game this afternoon. I wonder what will there be more. Is it maroon and white? What is state's color? What is that?
Maroon.
Blood red?
For many years, way back, like before World War II, that was their nickname, was the Maroon. They weren't the Bulldogs. They were the Maroons.
So how many maroon and white jerseys and jackets will you see compared to orange and blue this afternoon? I will be looking out.
There will be more Auburn people for sure. This is an illustration of it. Of course, Robbie from Greenville says Kentucky has dealt with injuries to their starting backcourt. Ain't nobody want to hear that, Robbie.
So what, Robbie?
Kentucky
big deal.
fans?
Yeah, come on.
You know what they're saying? They're saying plug in another 5-star behind them.
With all the money that Kentucky has spent on basketball, that's kind of their baby compared to football in most of the SEC. That should not be an issue.
Back on the chat line, our buddy Dudley Lucky, who's as Auburn can be in Auburn, he says, I might check the final score of the Auburn game. Is that where we are? We're Dudley? Ain't paying attention? Sometimes, checking the final score of the game can't give you any context. Like before we went on the air today, John says, wait a minute. What are you doing? Hang on.
We were covering at one point last night when I checked the score.
Yeah. So you want context if your team's
let me plan out my afternoon here. Auburn and State tip at 2. I am usually in the car around the late 3 o'clock, early 4 o'clock hour. I could get some premium radio time today. Listen to Andy and
Randall.
It could be an interesting afternoon. Other viewers, listeners, mark that down. You might want to check it out. Could be interesting late this afternoon.
I love it. I do love it. So I love it. So you got the SEC tournament going on. You got the Mountain West tournament. You got the Big Ten tournament, which is on Peacock. A lot of these things, I mean, it's not like you're going to be able to, if you got cable and you're looking and saying, hey, what do we have mid-afternoon? It's going to be a bunch, but it ain't going to be like a ton of them. You got Peacock Network games. You got USA Network games. You've got, what the heck is this?
So Barry, let me ask you about
shopping.
Is Peacock? I mean, I see this a lot, and it's kind of like CBS does with Paramount. Peacock, you got to pay for it. Is that correct?
Yes, it's part of the NBC. Streaming.
So if you're a Maryland or an Iowa fan, if you're a Southern Cal or Washington fan, you got to pay to watch those games. I got to tell you, I'm surprised more. We don't have more of that.
There's a bunch, and it's growing all the time.
Free on ESPN, and I know people don't want to hear this.
Is it free though?
But I mean, you're watching other stuff. It's part of your cable. It's usually part of your package that you buy.
Yeah.
You're not having to, have this add-on stuff, Netflix and Prime Video, whatnot, whatever it's called. It's an additional cost. How about that?
A big additional cost. ESPN sees to that.
I'm surprised more games aren't on these. And we talked about it yesterday. Greg Sankey's comments in D.C. late last week. Could the SEC say, we're out of here? We're going to do our own thing. We're going to go be on Netflix every weekend. And if you want to watch us, you got to go pay for it.
That's coming. I'm telling you, that's the thing. Everybody said, I'm not going to do that. Well, then I guess you're not going to be watching it. You can.
Lou raised the price of Cokes. And if you wanted a Coke, it was going to cost you 50 cents.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Simple. This is marketing. This is marketing 101. And John knows this. He's a terrific marketer. You're thinking, hey, I'll just buy the combo. You're at the drive-thru. I'll buy the combo. The price of the soft drink is included. It doesn't cost any more to get the soft drink. Really? Really? Do you think so? Hey, I've already got ESPN. I'm not paying for it. Yeah, you are. You're paying a lot for it. It's just buried in there.
When it's one of those nights, hey, what's for dinner? I don't know. I'm not cooking anything. And the boys go, oh, let's go to Chick-fil-A. I'll put it on the app and they'll go, I want number one with this and a Coke. No, you're drinking something here. You're getting a chicken sandwich, a small fry, and you drink a Coke here. I ain't spending $2.50 for a Coke.
For no Coke.
Yeah.
Last night coming back from Tuscaloosa, we stopped at a fast food restaurant. I got a sandwich. Wasn't big. $4.50.
Yeah.
And I needed a little caffeine. So I got a Coke Zero.
Nice. I like
$2.75. I'm thinking, how in the world is the drink almost as much as the entree here?
Yeah,
they don't pay attention. They say, people will pay that.
Yeah,
it's all hidden in there. And when we get really into the full-time streaming stuff, I do a lot of streaming TV. You're going to all of a sudden look at your internet bill, and you're going to say, wait a minute. What now? I'm paying as much for this as I paid for cable. That's because they are figuring out what the market will bear, right? I mean, that's just business, right?
Barry, I'm surprised you don't get an opportunity to eat at this place very often. You should have whipped into Taco Casa right there on 15th on your way out of town. Got a number 3.
Well, yeah, that was it. It's on McFarland. No, it was on 15th Street.
Yeah, that's right.
It's on 15th. And the thing about Taco Casa is it says TACOCASA, and they're all in like these yellow diamonds. Each one has its own little, and you can see it from a long way off. That's the genius. You can tell in a sea of fast food. Tuscaloosa last night was hopping. I mean, all of the fast food places at whatever it was 10 o'clock at night when we left. And I mean, you can see the Golden Arches. You can see over there the Waffle House. You can see that from far off. Taco Casa, genius sign. You can see, like, hey, Taco Casa.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when we used to eat at Taco Casa when we were in school? And they're like, it's kind of fuzzy. Yeah, I know. The memory's not any good. No, it was fuzzy then when I was eating there. So the Taco Casa is right there, and it's like it's calling you. It's like,
oh, yeah.
Hey, man, come on.
That's Sancho. Oh, man. Now,
it's late.
You wouldn't have made it till Centerville, and something else would be calling you, too.
That's exactly it, which is why we did not opt for Taco Casa.
Oh, man. All right, SEC tournament basketball begins at noon, lunchtime today. Auburn is set to tip at 2 o'clock, probably 2:30-ish, I would think.
They're not going to be on the schedule. That's the other thing about tournament basketball. All of those times, all of those tip times, those are basically suggestions.
Yeah, I believe so.
Try and get it started at 7:30 if you can. Don't knock yourself out or anything.
Robbie says the SEC's in the second year of a long-term deal with ESPN. You know what long-term deals are made for? To be broken.
Breaking, yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that. Robbie comes in with these factoids. Kentucky's got injuries in the backcourt. SEC's in the second year of a long-term contract with ESPN. Yeah, I knew that.
I think we're getting a lot of Robbie and a lot of Dennis Mitchell today. Love it on the River Region Straw chat line.
Yeah, but at least Robbie doesn't say, please answer my questions. Dennis has got things to do, places to go. We've got a lot to do. We've got a lot of places we're going today. We're going to visit CJ Duncan today.
Yeah, I believe so.
Program.
In about 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, we've got, hopefully, fingers crossed, Preston, we've got Josh Harris, our money line magician.
He has sent the thumbs up back to me. So, Theodis, you are good luck today around the bottom of hour number 2.
We have lifted off. It's the Wednesday live show of Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light. And here we go.
Phoenix Physical Therapy is ready to help patients recover, recharge, and rise. They develop a customized therapy plan for each patient to get them back to enjoying their favorite activities. Their experienced team is committed to providing exceptional care in a professional environment. Whether you're looking to prevent or treat an injury, recover from a recent illness, or recuperate from surgery, schedule an appointment with one of their clinics and take advantage of physical therapy, athletic training, workers' comp, and Employer Solution Services. Get back in the game, get back to work, and get back to life with Phoenix Physical Therapy. To find a location near you and to schedule an appointment, go to phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. That's phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. Hey, folks, how often do you think about your roof? Probably not often at all. I know I didn't until I needed a roof replacement. And I call my friends at Roof Life. Whether it's roof inspections, roof repair, or insurance roof replacement, Roof Life is there for you. They use the highest quality products, top quality craftsmanship, and if you're like me, your roof can be replaced in one day. So if you're in need of a roof inspection, roof repair, or insurance roof replacement, get in touch with my friends at Roof Life today. You can go to roofyourlife.com. That's roofyourlife.com, or dial them up locally at 334-306-6712. That's 334-306-6712.
All guests of Longshore McKnight appear on the City of Montgomery guest hotline. Check out the most interesting and informed personalities in sports covering Auburn, Alabama, Troy, ASU, and all the major teams from across the country. John and Barry have the best guests brought to you by the City of Montgomery. To find out everything you need to know that is going on in the capital city, check out montgomeryal.gov. That's montgomeryal.gov, the capital of dreams.
Here we are back at it on this Wednesday. Glad you're with us. As we mentioned, SEC basketball tournament gets started at noon today up in Nashville. SEC Network bringing that to you. Also, we touched a little bit about how you'll watch a lot of these games over the next couple of days, conference tournaments throughout the country. And there's a lot of different options. I was just looking at the schedule, and I guess back in the day, Barry, you weren't able to watch St. Bonaventure and LaSalle. You weren't able to watch Prairie View and Bethune or Loyola and Richmond. I don't know what's going on with Wyoming and UNLV. I don't see them, or Air Force in Nevada, a TV listing for them. Does the Mountain West not have a deal?
Wyoming and UNLV play at 2:00 on the Mountain West Network for the early. Who knows? I mean, like the Sun Belt this past week. Shout out to the Troy Trojans, Sun Belt champion. Those games were on ESPN Plus until the championship game, which was on ESPN2. Mountain West is in Las Vegas. Well,
I'm looking at every Mountain West game, and they don't have a TV network attached to them, so I guess they're all on the Mountain West Network, which I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, they've got that's one of those streaming deals you're talking about. And the Mountain West Network, they'll carry the women's tournament. You've got sometimes in some of these, especially the ones that have like their opening round games at campus sites.
Yeah.
You'll have those, and you'll have some guys doing the broadcast that look like, Ratner from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And who knows, they may be in high school. It's great experience for some of these guys, and they put on a good show, but, you expect some of the old fogies to, get their remotes and what? I have to click that. Honey, I clicked it. Click it twice. All right, so I got there. Now what do I do?
I'm the same way.
I can't hear it. And people. I'm telling you, it's a coming thing.
I don't like jumping through a lot of hoops, but I'm getting better. I figured out. You don't have to push as many buttons. Barry, had to get a new television recently, and my remote, which is a great idea, has all the buttons you need. The volume, the channel, things like that. I got a lot of buttons on it. I don't need. But they actually have individual buttons for like Netflix and Paramount Plus and Apple TV. And so each little streaming service has its own button. So that means that's just 3 or 4 extra buttons I don't have to push. I just hit the Netflix, boom, it comes up.
That's what we need to have on John's phone for or John's laptop
Yeah.
for content. You can do it. You can set it up that way to where you have tabs at the top of your laptop screen, and it could say like Philip, or it could say something like VegasInsider.com and all that. Now, same thing with your TV. John can have on it. John says, boop, Law and Order.
Bookmark, Barry. So I can go over to this little thing with the double arrow and click it, and the tab. I got it bookmarked. So now somebody showed me how to do that. I didn't figure it out on my own.
But John doesn't want anybody thinking he's a nerd or something. John will say that, like, wait a minute, I don't like to do it. I don't like to mess with my computer. I get somebody to do it. Don't start thinking I'm Poindexter here and actually am conversant with anything technology wise. But you need to have that same thing on John's remote. I'm like Plainsman Preston. Let's see, in his 18th chat of the morning so far, he says, "You speak into my remote," and that's what John needs. Hey, can you give me that game? I don't remember who Alabama plays, but can you play the Alabama game? I mean the Alabama basketball game. I know they play. If he could just speak into his remote, and you're going to have some lady named Gladys in some receptionist desk going, and just let John. It flashes up.
I have got a remote that you can speak into. I just hadn't figured it out yet. I don't think it works with YouTube TV. I think you got to be on like Google TV or something. I ain't looking into all that. I can just use my fingers instead of talking into it. Don't have to get that far. It's kind of like people that, and I know you do this a lot, Barry. I don't talk into my phone to send a text. I just, I don't trust it.
I can't. This is one of the things. John and I have been together a long time, think the world of him. I cannot watch him text. And he gets 10 jillion of him during the show. It's very distracting. Some of you guys will text John, like when we're together on remote, 14, 15 times. I'll look over there, and he hadn't gotten to him yet. And there's like 14 of them there. And then John would, during a commercial break, he'll grab his phone, and he'll like, hey, Barry, how is backdoor cover? Is that hyphenated?
Yeah, is that one word?
Okay. Where's the R here? Goodness,
yeah.
I cannot watch him text because it's like, please just speak into your phone. I know it'll misspell it, but you misspell it anyway.
Yeah. I know some friends of mine do that. I just hadn't. I don't know if I got a little time on my hands, maybe I'll speak into it just to see if I'm doing it right. But I've not mastered the voice control remote for the TV or the voice control to send a text. I don't even have Alexa at my house. I know a lot of people have those things. I ain't got. I'd get in an argument with her. I don't need to have her in my house.
That is true. We've got it. And I will not say it because who knows? You probably got the volume up loud on your TV. And if I were to say it, it would probably activate and ask you what you want. But we get into it. It says, by the way, since you asked about the weather, we can also give you a special deal on Amazon Prime on umbrellas.
Yeah.
Would you like to know more? And we're like, no, we didn't. Did we ask for it?
Yeah. How do you get her to shut up?
Me, it's like when you're at the drive-thru and you say, give me remember the old Whaler sandwich they used to have at Burger King? Give me a Whaler. Or give me a chicken sandwich. And they'll say, would you like fries with that? And my buddy would say, did I order fries? The same thing with ALEXA, by the way, we noticed that it's been a while since you've ordered laundry detergent. Would you like to order some now? No. I haven't been washing my clothes.
So here's a thing. Here's a reason it bugs me. On my vehicle, I can hit a button and CarPlay will start, and I'll say, call Barry. But the thing will come up as Harry or Gary or Larry. And then I'm trying to frantically hit the end button because I don't want to talk to Larry.
Yeah. The couple of stories about that. My wife, who is 17 different kinds of awesome, her name is Dee, D-E-E. And I cannot say, hey, call D, because it'll say, call thee what? Not call thee anything, call D. And then so I've finally, anyway, so that doesn't work with mine. Also, John Sumrall. We all know John Sumrall. Yep. Well, a little insight. His wife, who had a great quote from him. He says, I was going to take my wife's 40th birthday. We were going to go to Italy this summer, but I can't go now that I got this job because I got too much to do. Her name is Ginny, Ginny, Ginny Sumrall, great lady. Yep. And I have her number in my phone. Well, my sister's name is Jenny, Jenny, up in Indiana University. And I can't tell my phone, call Ginny or message Ginny. And I'll say, hey, I'm over at Mom's. She's wanting to know if you can help her with this. And I'll get a return text from Ginny Sumrall. It says, well, I hope your mom's doing okay. And I'm like, oh. That has happened before, and bless her heart, that's happened more than once. So there are pitfalls in technology, John.
Maybe I just am a little more confident in typing it out instead of speaking it. Because there again, I don't want it to send and you look back and go, oh my God, I didn't mean to say that.
That happens to me quite a bit too. Because I'm usually a nut about spelling things and punctuating things right on texts. Yeah. Most people aren't. So if there's ever like something, that it reads a little bit differently, or it puts a comma where there's not supposed to be a comma, and like my sister or my son, they'll say, you voice texted that one, didn't you? I say, yeah. They say, okay. Well, hopefully in a moment, CJ Duncan, new father, will visit with us. Our chance to talk with him is coming up in a moment. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Hey, folks, how often do you think about your roof? Probably not often at all. I know I didn't until I needed a roof replacement. And I call my friends at Roof Life. Whether it's roof inspections, roof repair, or insurance roof replacement, Roof Life is there for you. They use the highest quality products, top quality craftsmanship, and if you're like me, your roof can be replaced in one day. So if you're in need of a roof inspection, roof repair, or insurance roof replacement, get in touch with my friends at Roof Life today. You can go to roofyourlife.com. That's roofyourlife.com, or dial them up locally at 334-306-6712. That's 334-306-6712. The Montgomery Regional Airport is getting better the more you use it. MGM offers multiple nonstop daily flights to Atlanta, Charlotte, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Washington's Reagan National Airport via Delta and American Airlines. And beginning this April, MGM will offer daily nonstop flights to Houston's Intercontinental Airport via United Airlines. All of these cities offer easy connections to destinations all over the country and all over the world. Make travel more cost-effective and less stressful when you utilize your Montgomery Regional Airport. MGM, you can get there from here. Known by avid golfers as one of the most beautiful and challenging stops on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Cambrian Ridge in Greenville lies just 40 miles from Montgomery. It is well worth the ride for any golfer looking for 27 holes of jaw-dropping golf. The greens have been redesigned to accommodate the higher green speeds associated with their installation of the latest generation of ultra-dwarf Bermuda grass. Cambrian Ridge offers a fully stocked pro shop with all the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Cambrian Ridge for tee times and more information.
At Dixie Overhead Door, we specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
Okay, we're back at it here on a Wednesday. Glad you're with us here as well. CJ Duncan scheduled to join us here in just a moment from Nashville, I believe. We'll get to him in a moment.
I've got an issue here. News of the day.
Let's hear it.
There's not a lot of it. Bam Adebayo scores 83 points in an NBA game yesterday. Yeah, I know. John's first question is, who in the world is Bam Adebayo?
Bam Adebayo.
He has beaten out Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
For the second highest scoring game.
Okay.
In NCAA in NBA history, behind Wilt, who had 100. There is that. And what is up with the Americans? Team USA at the World Baseball Classic. Aaron Judge, all these, Bobby Witt Jr., all these stars. Well, they got punked by Italy yesterday in the World Baseball Classic. It was 8-6. Italy scored. Italy. They scored 8 runs against the Americans. Anyway, it was 8-6, but it wasn't even that close. So Italy beats America. Now U.S. needs some help from somebody else for the knockout round. Team USA 3-1, Italy's 3-0. Among the U.S., Italy, and Mexico, only 2 teams can advance, and right now the USA is on the outside looking in. How bad? These are major leaguers and stuff. And, it's obvious the Americans aren't taking it as seriously as like everybody else, Israel and Dominican Republic and all that. But if we get drummed out, don't even make it out of the first round of pool play with all of the major leaguers they've got.
Now, Barry, this is a very sensitive area for me because I think it's well documented that I have been, how should I put it, critical of America's team, the Atlanta Braves, but I have not felt any shame whatsoever in criticizing them, dogging them, making fun of them,
needling them,
taking pleasure when they don't meet expectations. But I feel, Barry, that I'm a little unpatriotic if I jump on the American team in the World Baseball Cup or whatever this thing's called.
World Baseball Classic.
But if you're getting beat by the Italians, now listen, I know on the streets these guys are kind of tough and they've got some history. But on the baseball diamond, are you kidding me?
Italy?
I mean,
do they even play baseball?
Yeah, come on.
In Italy? I mean, is that even?
On.
I don't get it.
So, I mean, I don't want to come across there again as being unpatriotic. I mentioned yesterday how much I like the uniforms. I think the USA uniforms look really good. But I mean, maybe I'm asking too much to think, baseball was invented in the USA. It's America's pastime. This should be a sweep. I mean, none of these teams should even test the USA. And I'm surprised some of these countries even play. We ain't beating them.
Yeah. Netherlands? I mean, Netherlands is about the size of, again, Baldwin County. They don't, they got to mow the tulips down to play over. Netherlands, really?
I mean, you saw Trump's reaction to the USA winning gold in hockey. You let this baseball team get punked. Woo! I wouldn't want to be one of those guys.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
Yeesh, Manetti.
Ooh.
Hey, our man CJ Duncan, Yellow Hammer News, joining us here this morning. You talking about a guy that is busy. No, not only does he have his business world to deal with, he's got a new baby girl at home as well to deal with. How's it going, CJ? How's the new addition?
You know what? We're 2 weeks in, and I'm learning quickly that your mornings can get away from you like this. So it's she's doing great though. She's sound asleep now, and mom is trying to get her day started, and so I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. Around the Southeast and around the nation, Nashville kind of getting spotlighted this week with the SEC basketball tournament. Can you kind of speak as to the impact of having the tournament in Nashville and what the vibe is around?
Yeah, a lot more traffic than we're used to, especially down there. But no, on a serious note, I mean, it's one of the best times of the year. It's the spring. People are starting to get back outside. You know, the snow is off the ground, and people are kind of gearing up for the good weather. And so having the tournament right there at Bridgestone on Broadway, you're seeing so many different people with different jerseys and t-shirts and hats on, and so it's really just cool to get to see the different vibes from each team, people coming from all over to support their particular team. And you know what, it's an opportunity for the teams that may not have played as well during the year to just kind of shock people. That's what I feel like college basketball is all about. That's what we're all entertained for. You know, I hope Vanderbilt makes a run. You know, we weren't the best team in the SEC, but you know, when it's a one game kind of situation, you never know what can happen. And so I'm excited to watch the SEC tournament, but that was something I always looked forward to when I lived there in Nashville.
You know, everybody's looking at Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, maybe Tennessee. Those teams, you know, seem to do the best in the regular season. But I'm with you, CJ. I've seen too many SEC tournaments where you have a team like a Vanderbilt, maybe even a Missouri is another team I mentioned coming into the tournament. They could surprise some people. And, of course, being there in Nashville, what a better story than Vanderbilt making a run and winning it all on Sunday.
Yeah, you know what? I think the biggest thing for us is just being healthy and being consistent. You know, I think with Tanner, he always gives us a shot at least, right? And so as long as he's out there and he's playing, we feel like we got a chance against anybody. But of course, there's some really good teams at the top of the SEC that we'll have to see at some point. But it's that time of year. You know, I mean, even at Alabama, they've got a guard over there that could probably carry them for a few games as well. So we'll see how it goes.
The temperature of college athletics right now. There was a big gathering last week at the White House, kind of a think tank with those guys. There's probably some. I know in Congress right now. I mean, Tommy Tuberville got into it yesterday with somebody else talking about the role that the government needs to play or doesn't need to play in college athletics. What's your hope that there's anything really substantial that I know in Nashville around the SEC tournament that the college presidents are supposed to be meeting this week from the SEC to kind of at least get a framework together that they can work on when they get down to the spring meetings in Destin. What's your confidence level that any of this will be rectified or answers made relatively soon or relatively easily?
To say that something government, political, or business related will happen smoothly or quickly is not the best outlook on things. Matter of fact, some may say it's a bit delusional in a sense. They just don't move that way. They don't. But I do think that Tuberville's correct in not giving the government too much power when it comes to college athletics, because it gets even more political than we expected. I think similar to how you look, how I look at politics, a lot of the power should be at the local level. It should be precise, and it should be specific to those that are involved with the game on a consistent basis. You know what? I think right now you just take it one step at a time. I think the biggest issue, and we've said this a lot on the show, is the portal. Let's start there, and then we'll figure out NIL as we continue down the line. But I think some way, shape, or form, the portal needs to be addressed. Put some red tape around it, or just kind of make these contracts a little stricter for the guys. So
Well, in the exchange yesterday, and again, this is a Senate roundtable event about college athlete employment, everything. Of course, Tommy Tuberville, Republican, he was seated right next to Chris Murphy, who's a Democrat from Connecticut. They had an interesting exchange. Tuberville says athletes should be able to transfer once before a penalty of a year the next time they want to transfer. Senator Murphy says to Tuberville, he says, coaches too? And Tuberville says, you got me there, Murphy.
you know what? I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
But then again, with coaches, you know, I don't know these contracts like the back of my hand like some of the experts do, but there's usually some type of compensation exchange when the coaches
Right.
leave or don't leave or and I don't know that that's the same case with the players. So there's incentive for guys to stay or for teams to keep a coach based on the dollar figure. And so I think there just needs to be some type of incentive that encourages kids to, if you're in a bad situation, that's fine, but once you get on your third, fourth, fifth team, then we've got to realize we've got 28-year-olds playing against 18-year-olds, and that's just
Yeah.
not what this was meant to be.
Obviously NIL transfers the core of this issue, but CJ, I really do. Every day I feel stronger about it that we're going to see the SEC, probably the Big Ten, just go do their own thing. I think Greg Sankey's already kind of hinted at that a little bit, that, we don't need all this. We're strong enough on our own. We can go do our thing. We can find our own TV partner if that's what has to happen, whether it's ESPN or a streaming service. And we don't need to deal with all these other headaches, all these other conferences. Let them fight it out. Maybe that's not the spirit of college athletics, but I think we've all seen it's become a big business, survival of the fittest. And obviously the SEC and the Big Ten are the most fit.
Yeah, I agree. I think it does, eventually come down to those two titans, those two conferences, where you'll see a couple more teams try to fight their way in before it does happen. But that's what college football is going to come to. But can you blame them? I mean, which network is not going to pick up the SEC or the Big Ten when they've won the last 20 national championships? I mean, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but they're the ones producing NFL talent. They're the ones that are winning the national championship. We can try to sneak in these, these Tulanes of the world or JMUs of the world, and these guys, have really good seasons and have really good players. But when you think about the depth and the quality of player for the second string, third string, fourth string, it's hard for them to keep up. And
And the ratings. I mean, the highest
so
rated
you get
college
more
football
competitive games.
Yeah.
You don't want to see Ole Miss, Tulane, and it twice in a year, and they're both blowouts. You want competitive games. You want to see Ole Miss and Georgia again. You want to see Ole Miss, Miami. You want to see those games again. And so if they go two conferences, I don't see anybody complaining about it.
Let's talk NFL real quick. Were you surprised at the Dolphins' move to eat the Tua Tagovailoa was the third highest paid player in the NFL. The Dolphins obviously are just going full rebuild out there, and they cut him loose. I think he signed a one-year deal yesterday with the Falcons. Your thoughts when you saw that, knowing Tua's physical history and what the Dolphins are trying to do? What do you think?
You know what? I don't know that I'd be super worried about Tua's physical history. Outside of the concussions, I mean, he plays football. I mean, I don't see him getting hurt that often outside of the concussions, and that was several years ago. But so I wouldn't necessarily be extremely worried about that. I think Tua's play hasn't, not gotten better over the years. I think that sometimes he's a little, hesitant when he's pulling the trigger. I think that Sometimes it looks like arm strength may have declined a little bit, or maybe he's just in his own head. It would seem to be a very toxic situation down there in Miami with Tyreek Hill, the coaches, and the rest of the his teammates. So I think a fresh start was needed, and I'm not surprised that the GM and the head coach, these are guys that are new. They haven't been in this system, coming from Green Bay and then coming from. I think the GM came from Seattle or maybe
I think it
Baltimore.
was
But
Seattle.
yeah, and so either way, they've got to start their own resume now, right? And they can't play with other guys as players, because they're being evaluated as well. And so I think it was time for a fresh start for everybody. And in order to kind of revamp that roster and that team, and get a new culture in there, sometimes you got to get rid of the top guys because they're the ones that were setting the culture in the locker room, for the last coach. So not surprised, but honestly happy for Tua. He's got another opportunity to stay in this league a little bit longer in a good situation in Atlanta. Um, who knows when Michael Penix will get back, and who's to say Michael Penix is better than Tua? I mean, he hadn't shown me that yet. So Tua has a legit opportunity to be the starting quarterback for Atlanta, at least for the next couple of years.
College football fans are starving for information. I'm trying to tell Bama fans there's nothing coming out of Tuscaloosa. They've only had 2 practices during spring. They'll have 2 more before they break for the holiday. The biggest news that's coming out of Tuscaloosa is some players have changed their name and their number, and some weight has been gained and lost along the offensive line. But everybody wants to know about the quarterback race, obviously going on. And obviously the new offensive linemen that have showed up in Tuscaloosa. What can you take out of spring practice, CJ? I mean, I know there's a couple of scrimmages, and that's when you're going to maybe hear and see the most. But other than that, what's there to find out?
Well, one, they won't tell us, especially if there's a quarterback battle. They're not going to give you any advantage, when September comes around. But right now, me personally, if I'm looking at Alabama's situation, one, I want to see the toughness out of my interior guys. I really want to see them battle. I don't mind them hitting every single day. Those guys can duke it out. That's fine. But I'm also watching those quarterbacks. I really want to see them. More than just the physical. I want to see the mental. I want to see how they're doing in the film room, how they're breaking down tape, and also in the locker room. And in the 7-on-7s when the coaches aren't supposed to be on the field, I'm peeking and seeing who has that leadership inside of them. It's just innate, for them to step forward, to be bold, to have the courage to lead men. Who can do that? Because those, I mean, talent wise, it looks like those guys may be, similar. They may be able to produce similar outcomes. And so, where are you as a leader? Who is the locker room drawn to? I probably have a couple informants in the locker room saying, "Hey, what's going on in there? Who the guys like more," kind of thing. And that's really what I'm evaluating. And now the receiver room's wide open. I mean, between NFL and transfers, who are these guys throwing to? And I would make that position ultra competitive, and remind them that, there's still opportunity for folks to transfer in or whatever it is. I don't know the dates on everything, but I would make that ultra competitive and see what I'm working with.
Now, we are, of course, on YouTube. We are on video. We have a lot of people who listen to us as they're driving around on Spotify. And for some of you Spotify listeners who don't see the video necessarily, when CJ was talking about 7-on-7s, when the coaches are not supposed to be there, he did form little air quotes with his fingers when he said that, just to make sure everybody knows the context of all of that. What are you saying there, CJ?
Yeah, I've been known to do that as well a lot when I'm trying to get my point across. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
No, in the summers, at least back in the day, the rules change every year, so I could be off base there, but it was one of those things where the coaches, after the workout, they couldn't be on the field once the ball touched the field, and at Vanderbilt. So when McGugin was our kind of that was the name of our facility, our athletic facility, and so you had a bottom floor and you had a top floor of McGugin. So right outside of the coaches' offices was basically like a little porch. And, they would host recruits and stuff out there sometimes, but I mean, we can hear them and see them, as we're doing 7-on-7 and they're watching everything. So as soon as it was time for film later on that afternoon, you had you had a bunch of notes as to how you did there in 7-on-7, waiting in the film room. So
it's made you think, wait a minute, how did y'all see that? Y'all weren't even on the
right.
field.
I thought y'all weren't supposed to be, watching or coaching. Yeah,
exactly right. CJ Duncan, Yellowhammer News. Always great to visit with you. Thank you so much, and we'll talk again next week.
Always a pleasure, guys. See y'all next week.
You too, buddy. Thank you so much. CJ Duncan, Yellowhammer News, joining us here today. Outstanding as always. Bottom of hour number 2. Get ready, Theotis. Josh Harris, Moneyline Magician, with his SEC basketball preview. Maybe a little spring football as well. Who knows? You never know what Josh has got on his mind.
Never know what he's going to say, for sure. Yes.
What do you say we take a break, get ready to go for hour number 2? Been a good first hour already today.
Yep.
Keep those chats coming on the River Region Straw chat line.
Yep.
Love to hear from you there. We always love to bring those into the show.
Yep. He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
The Montgomery. You're not buying sticks, stems, and pine cones. You're buying premium long-diddle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the River Region, full of color that will last all season long. Kenny has locations in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn, and no order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. Pickup is available, or your order can be delivered. They can even spread your pine straw if you like. So call or text Kenny today, 669-5959. That's 669-5959 for all of your pine straw needs. 4 for 4 in the Final Four. Pick the 4 teams to make the Final Four in this year's men's NCAA basketball tournament to win a 4-carat lab-grown diamond valued at well over $4,000 from Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry. The winner will be announced on Tuesday, April the 7th. And as a tiebreaker, submit the total points scored in the championship game to be played on Monday, April the 6th. We'll be taking entries from 6 p.m. Sunday, March the 15th through 11 a.m. Thursday, March the 19th. Entries can be submitted to longshoreandmcknight@gmail.com. That's longshoreandmcknight@gmail.com. 4 for 4 in the Final Four is sponsored by Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry, Bama Budweiser, Phoenix Physical Therapy, and the Montgomery Regional Airport. In the event of a tie, there will be a live drawdown Tuesday, April 7th to determine the overall winner. Get your picks in beginning March 15th at longshoreandmcknight@gmail.com, and good luck.
All right, man, grab a Budweiser and take a knee. It is the best time of the year. It's baseball season. That means sunshine. It means behind-the-back peanut tosses. And it means sharing some cold, frosty Budweisers with your boys. Because there's nothing more American than watching America's game with America's beer. So let me ask you something. Are you ready to bring your A game? Are you ready to cheer every frozen rope down the line and amazing catch at the warning track? Are you ready for pitchers' duels and slugfests? Tell me, are you ready for the thrill of an incredible walk-off victory? I can't hear you. Are you ready for Budweiser and baseball? Then get on your feet, raise an ice-cold Bud, and let's make this season larger than life. Great times are waiting. Grab some Bud!
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, man, grab a Budweiser and take a knee. It is the best time of the year. It's baseball season. That means sunshine. It means behind-the-back peanut tosses. And
Trying to get accustomed to some of our new software there, Barry. Yeah, kind of played some tricks on me there for a minute.
Yep, we're good though. We've finished up our number one into our number two of the program, and there is basketball. You know,
There is.
the Troy Trojans, of course, make the NCAA tournament. Some of the projections, and it was so much fun. Love the tournament. Troy is one of the very few that's already in. And, you know, you've got the bracketologists that are doing their thing. The latest that we see was actually updated yesterday afternoon. And, you know, of course, everybody's asking me, we're all talking about it. Hey, where would Troy be? Well, CBSSports.com. Our buddy Jerry Palm is no longer with CBSSports.com. He's doing his own thing and just about printing money.
Mm-hmm.
They have got Troy right now as a 14 seed to take on Purdue. I'm sorry, in the lexicon of Longshore, 6-6 Purdue.
Yeah, that's right.
Purdue is like the Auburn of the Midwest, you know, like Clemson. You know, those are state schools that don't have the state name in them. Purdue's really good. It would be Purdue in one of them. Another one has Troy as a 14 seed or a 15 seed, where they would be projected to play the Florida Gators down in Tampa, which would be all right. It'd be good. One of them, and I can't remember which one it was. They've all kind of run together for me because I was asked about it on a radio show yesterday. One of them has Troy as a 14 seed taking on going to Greenville, South Carolina, which I had a great time in Greenville, but Troy's played in Greenville before. And they would be projected to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
That was Joe Lenardi. That was his prediction.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
Then he had Troy and Alabama facing each other. There again.
I don't want it. I don't want that. Playing Alabama is not a. I want something. You know,
I'm surprised.
I mean, I'll go wherever and all that. Well, number one, this is what the reason why it surprises me, John, is if Alabama, in my opinion, if they do anything in the SEC tournament, they're not going to be a 3 seed. They may move up to a number 2. If you're looking for things, hey, you know, what's at stake in the SEC tournament, you know, which gets underway today? Well, obviously, if there is a Cinderella story, a 12 seed or a 13 seed that wins the SEC tournament, then they get a bid. I don't think that happens in this tournament. That never happens. Strike that. The other thing is a team can get hot in the SEC and bump up a couple of spots in the seeding. Florida could end up being a number 1 seed. Alabama, I think, stands a really good chance of getting to be a 2 seed, where they would not play a 14 seed. So those things matter somewhat for sure. But
so let me get this straight. I heard Lenardi with that prediction, and it piqued my interest. And I went, okay. That would be an interesting matchup. But I'm a little surprised that it not to say you'd be against it. I'm not saying that. But
no. I mean, I'm
number 1 selection.
You know,
I don't want to hear anybody from Troy say, well, they won't play us in football. And you don't want to play them in basketball? And if you just look at the history books, Alabama has not had any success against in-state schools in postseason basketball. UAB has beat them. South Alabama's beaten them. So who's to say Troy couldn't beat them?
Well, Troy's played Alabama in basketball before.
In postseason?
Well, not in postseason, no, but they've played Alabama before. Believe me, I would be overjoyed to play Alabama in football. I would be overjoyed to play Alabama in postseason football. Get Troy in the college football playoff against Crimson Tide. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. It's different things. I just, I want to. I mean, I'll do whatever. Don't say, "Hey, the voice of the Trojan said this." And that. I mean, I'll do whatever. I'm happy to be there. But
I get
you've got the tournament sites.
Yeah.
Are in Buffalo. They're in Greenville, South Carolina, Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon. Tampa, Philly, San Diego, St. Louis, Houston, San Jose, Chicago, DC, and Indianapolis. I want to go, I mean, I'll go wherever, but if I'm a Troy fan, San Diego would be cool.
San Diego's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Troy's already played at this arena before this year. And
hey, don't discount the Capitol Center in D.C. It's a pretty neat place. And the cool thing about it, you never know you're there till you're there. Wait, is that the arena? Really? They really, the architecture fits with everything around it. Here's the deal, though.
All right.
Somebody help me out with Greenville Spartanburg. I mean, I know it's kind of a dual city. What are they doing hosting? I mean, how big of an area is that?
That's the only thing about that one. It's a beautiful arena. It's called Bon Secours Arena. Troy has played in the NCAA tournament there. Troy played Duke there in 2017. It is beautiful. Greenville is a beautiful city. That arena is a legit big-time arena. But the only reason why they played that then was the time when North Carolina did not change their voting laws or something like that, and the NCAA took it away from them.
Okay.
They got involved in politics, and it was extremely unpopular
I remember that.
decision.
Yeah.
And so the NCAA learned their lesson, vowed never to get involved in politics. But it's a great spot and all that. But yeah, when you look at it, it does kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Houston, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, where was Montgomery bidding for that? Well, we don't have an arena, I guess, to play in, number one. But it's coming. Mayor tells us it's on the I'm going to be first and foremost here and letting all you Bama fans out there know it, and maybe you should get on my bandwagon. I think Alabama and Troy need to meet in the first round. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Why not? I know the history is not on Alabama's side when it comes to playing in-state teams in postseason. I can still vividly remember when South Alabama beat a Wimp Sanderson team at the Omni in an NCAA game. Now, I got to tell you, I was against UAB coming to Coleman because I knew what was going to happen. Could see it coming a mile away. I think that was a David Hobbs game, if I'm not mistaken. UAB comes in there and beats them, but I'm still saying go for it. Trojans are hot, back-to-back Sun Belt champs, but I'm thinking, yeah, let's go. Tip it off.
I mean, if it happens, I will be grateful. I will be excited. I will be happy to do it. But, I just, I love it. Because I know the reaction. Just like what John just had. Look, I was against UAB because I seen it coming a mile away. I know what they're thinking. John never finished out that thought, but I know he was thinking that UAB was thinking that they actually belonged. Look at them. They're saying, oh, boy, look where we are. We have finally reached Alabama's level. And nothing could be further from the truth, of course. We actually belong as a sister institution, shoulder to shoulder with our Tuscaloosa campus. And we can't have that. Come on, let's not do, they actually think that they belong. I know this the case. I am a student of history, John, and I know whenever the Alabama legislature met in 1948, all of those long-term moneyed legislators who cut their teeth at the University of Alabama Law School, they're saying, no.
Mm-mm.
Point of order.
Yeah.
I have the floor. I'm not yielding to that gentleman from Lee County. I'm here to tell you that if we give them an inch, if we vote to mandate that Alabama must play Auburn every year, they'll feel like they're equal to us.
You see what happened?
They feel like they'll
Yeah.
belong on the same field as us. And I tell you, that will not stand. Gentlemen,
yeah,
the same thing. You know, I knew it. We let UAB play us in basketball, and here they come. And they'll, you know, the 18 fans they'll bring with them are going to be like, yeah, here we are with the sister campus of the university.
If I'd have only been around in 1948 and been in politics, I could have probably stopped that. And where would we be today? But I've got a different feel. I say play them. Now, I can remember a lot of past Alabama football games. If you've ever heard Rodney Orr and I go at it from time to time, we can rehash many great Bama football memories from decades ago. I do not remember Alabama ever playing Troy in basketball.
Well, now that you say that, I thought that, and I'm thinking, hang on, because I know they played them in women's basketball. I'm going to have to actually.
Christy Curry going against Shonda Rigsby?
I'm not sure.
Did I get those names right? Was that close?
It was Shonda Rigby, but yeah, your point
close
is
enough.
A good one.
Yeah.
So
we've had her on the show before. Multiple
she's
times.
Great. She is so great.
I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm just thinking.
Yeah, you may be right.
Thinking
let's see. Played him in baseball. Oh yeah. Alabama has played Troy 3 different times. Well, heck, where's my head? I was actually at 2 of those 3. In 2010, in 2007, and in 2000 before I got there. So yeah, that has happened, but it hasn't happened in 16 years.
I did not realize that. That was just
I've actually
regular season games. I take it.
Oh yeah, never in the postseason. Yeah. No, and if it happens this time, I don't know how much leverage Alabama has with the NCAA, with the powers that be. I have my suspicions, but officially, I really don't know whether Alabama could go up to the NCAA tournament selection committee head, whoever that is, and say, "Hey, man."
Well, Barry, there was some talk weeks ago that Alabama was not in good favor with the NCAA tournament committee
because of Bediako. Well,
yeah. I'm not sure they're going to get. I'm not sure they're going to get much leverage or favoritism.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, they have done this. This is my favorite Steve Martin quote, about what he tells young people in the business. Be so good that they can't ignore you. Oh. Well, they're saying, we're only going to count games that, that's what, if we count only games that Bediako didn't play in or done, and now it doesn't matter. They've won so many games that, even if they didn't count those, they're still in and they're still in as a higher seed. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the way Alabama has done things right, the way they should in this instance. But overall, I do think the one fly in that projection is that with the projection that John's talking about, and he's right, it is Joe Lunardi at ESPN, is that Alabama comes in as a 3 seed. They win a few games, they could get to be a 2.
Yeah.
And there you go.
So what were the other 2 teams that are projected for Alabama to play other than Troy?
Ooh, that I haven't looked at. I've just looked at Troy's projection against Alabama.
Well, I thought you had mentioned earlier that some of these other guys were projecting where Alabama would be, but they didn't have a team.
As a seed, the seeding rather than Alabama as a 2 seed here and there. On the CBS Sports bracketology, they've got. Let's see, I'm speed reading here. We did mention this yesterday. That's right. They've got Alabama as a 3 seed in the West against the Anteaters of the University of California at Irvine. Not
Don't
Julius
they want to make this
Irvine.
interesting and kind of, hey, I want to watch that. The Anteaters.
The Anteaters. Yeah. They've had some really good teams lately, but the other 3 seeds would be Iowa State, who is projected to play North Dakota State, and Nebraska, who would be projected to play Wright State, and of course Purdue, who would be projected to play against Troy. So if Alabama is a 3 seed, that's the type of program they'd be projected against. UC Irvine, Troy, North Dakota State, and Wright State. So the matchup against Troy would be more attractive to the audience than UC Irvine. Troy has got a guy that's going to be he's going to be a focal point early on. Thomas Dowd, who's a terrific player for Troy from down in Dothan, and of course they would spotlight Alabama as well. As far as ratings go, I mean that's probably a bigger.
I'll say this, Barry.
Than
two
UC
things.
Irvine or Wright State.
Who was the other great collegiate player that came out of Dothan?
Jim Farmer.
Hoops 21.
Yes.
And
Thomas is from Dothan High School. I want to say Jim is from Houston Academy.
I think
maybe?
you're right.
Yeah.
I think he did play at Houston Academy. You
Yeah.
know that. He was in my
I've worked with
class.
Jim Farmer before.
Those other 3 teams you mentioned, Barry, that's got True TV written all over it.
Yeah, that's the first round 3 seed.
If they play Troy, they're going to bump them up to TNT.
Yeah, that's the attractiveness there to have.
What are the networks? TBS, TNT, True, and what's the other one? Are there 4 networks?
I think that's it. No, I think that's
just
it.
3. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's CBS.
Yeah,
They'll carry Duke.
Well,
they'll carry. Florida, Michigan. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
There is. When we come back, of course, Phantom's Daily Dog.
We're in no hurry.
And George, of course, Josh Harris in a minute.
Yep.
But when we come back, an anonymous coaches poll has been conducted by The Athletic from coaches of the SEC.
Okay.
Does ESPN's College Game Day make or break actual employment for SEC football coaches? The quote here, and we'll get into it, if Kirk Herbstreit said some guy is doing a really good job, they're going to believe it. If they say he's not doing a good job, they're going to believe it.
Ain't no
has
doubt
that
about
same
it.
kind of oomph and jazz, but College Game Day, we'll talk about it.
If Herbstreit and Joel Klatt say something, watch out.
Take it to the bank. Kind of like the late, great Cecil Hurt. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
At Dixie Overhead Door, we specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
Call Dixie and it's done.
Hey, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Tough to stop talking this way? Yeah. It's actually kind of fun.
Hey, I got your Bud Light.
Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
What I miss?
I have no idea.
Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry is Central Alabama's best-known jewelry store. Their location at 8163 Vaughn Road in Peppertree is conveniently located adjacent to Chappie's Deli. At Marguerite's, they have every jewelry item imaginable because they make it. They really make it. From rings, necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and much, much more. Marguerite's can also repair, clean, and rework any jewelry item that you want to bring back to life. Whether you're on a budget or have no budget at all, Marguerite's has all types of jewelry for everyone. Go by and see them today or call 270-0074. Local banking expertise, the newest innovations and technology, personal attention, genuine hospitality. It's all just part of the Riverbank and Trust difference. They invite you to experience it for yourself. Welcome to banking above and beyond at Riverbank and Trust. Locations throughout the river region, locations throughout the state of Alabama. River Bank and Trust. Okay, welcome back in, everybody. 20 minutes past the hour on this Wednesday. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Really helps with the algorithm, they tell us. Really appreciate that. And you'll never miss any content. You'll get instant notifications. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Just hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Tell all your friends. Tell all your enemies. It doesn't matter. Tell everyone to check out Longshore and McKnight. You can see us on Yellowhammer News, yellowhammernews.com, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Tunes, anywhere that you get a podcast, anywhere that you view it, you can check it out. Just go to the search bar and type in Longshore McKnight. We'll pop up, and, of course, it'll go ahead and let you know each and every day. It'll know your patterns and your routine, and we'll pop up, and you'll be able to listen and view, whether you're in your car, you're at home, you're at the office. You know, it's a slow day at work. You put us on your computer screen. You see the boss walking down the hall. You're clicking over to another tab real quick, like you're doing something. He leaves, and just go back to us. Yeah.
The boss is over there. He's walking through. He's checking up on you. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you hear him coming up behind you. You got Longshore and McKnight. What did John say? Oh, here he comes. Swipe, swipe, swipe. The Dow averages right now. This is projected to peak this afternoon. You know, I say, that kind of a thing. I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying that's what people do.
So now, make sure you do that, and we really would appreciate it.
In a new anonymous coach poll at The Athletic, which is now owned by the New York Times, along with several politicians. Now, anyway, in a new anonymous coach poll at The Athletic, an unnamed assistant coach from the SEC shed light on just how important the commentary on ESPN's College Game Day is in the industry, especially coming from the man on the far right of our television screens. Here's what the anonymous coach in the SEC said, quote, "Whatever is said on game day is like gold because now more than ever, the fan support matters more than anything else. The fan support is paying the bills. It always has, but even more so now. You have got to keep those guys happy, and if they get their information from those guys on College Game Day, if Kirk Herbstreit said some guy's doing a really good job, they're going to believe it. If they say he's not doing a good job, they're going to believe it. Right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever it is said, they're going to believe it." An assistant from the Big 12 said the same thing, basically, but he said an opinion from someone like Herbstreit holds weight not because of his ability to influence fans, but his ability to influence donors. And the donors are the ones who say, man, I am paying for this guy to come play quarterback for us, and he stinks. And now, turns out that our coach is doing a bad job. Well, how do you know a coach is doing a bad job? Because Kirk Herbstreit said he was.
Huh.
That gets a guy fired.
Is that anonymous coach Hugh Freeze? Because, I could have sworn I heard Herbstreit say something similar about like that about Freeze.
Well, you got to watch yourself. And I mean, it's a live show. This is a live show. You know, I mean, he's probably, I'm not saying he's saying anything factually incorrect, but a lot of times he's just shooting from the top from the hip, you know?
So I wrote this quote down, Barry. I like it. I'm going to put this on my wall of quotes here from Kirk Herbstreit. Fan support pays the bills.
It always has, but even more so now, with they being asked not only to pay the bills, but also pay a little bit extra now.
Fan support pays the bills. Now, obviously, your fan support is greater when your program is winning. I get that.
That's a
People
fair
are more interested, giddy, confident, smug, cocky. I could go on.
Goody.
Yeah. Also, fans don't like crappy games either. They don't want East Carolina, Mercer, Abilene Christian. That ain't what they want. Fan support dwindles when you got crap on your schedule. Fans want big matchups, big electric atmospheres, big time programs coming into their stadium, into their town for the weekend, making them the centerpiece of college athletics. That's what they like. They don't want these crappy games. The networks like them as well. We talked about DJ, about the SEC and the Big Ten doing their own thing. You think Ohio State and Alabama is not a matchup that the networks are salivating over? Cannot wait to show that game.
Tomorrow morning, when you are scrolling around, and talking into your TV or talking into your computer, Siri, show me theathletic.com. Siri, show me awfulannouncing.com, because there will be, in a perfect world, in a fair world, in a just world, there would be a column tomorrow a lot like the column today, except this one says, noted media personality John Longshore calls for the end to, air quotes, crappy games in college football. Longshore, a decision maker and a trendsetter in the sports media business for 30 years, says fans are the ones who pay the bills, and they don't want crappy games. They should give that. If they're talking about ESPN College Game Day and their impact on the world of college football, and I kind of get it, I don't watch it very much, then in a fair world, they've got to, somebody's got to get a clip of this. You'll be able to get it on Yellowhammer News tomorrow. And it'll say, John Longshore, longtime media maven and college football opinion maker, says, get rid of some of these crappy games.
Yeah.
The networks would be salivating over Alabama, Ohio State. Why do they give ESPN College Game Day so much credit?
It's a no-brainer.
But not Longshore and McKnight.
Yeah. Chris the Bammer says Herbie should have started bad-mouthing Freeze sooner. I don't know if that's the coach he was talking. That's just the first one that popped into my head, Chris.
As it usually is. But, yeah, I imagine there were some Auburn fans who were saying, say it, Herbie. Go ahead. Come on. Get this thing done.
All right, so I guess, Barry, we're contractually bound to do it, I guess. I don't know. So last night I'm checking some scores, and I think I want to say we were in the fourth quarter. It felt like we were, and maybe the game was tied or something. Something like that. And I'm thinking, okay, we're in the game here. We're catching 3.5 on the road, got a tie game. And then I looked this morning and I'm thinking, whoa. 125, 116. What the heck happened here?
It was heartrending because I wasn't necessarily, paying attention to to the Daily Dog first thing in the morning. But John's in, we're getting started and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden he says, what? He's down there shuffling his papers and what?
Couldn't believe it.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? What are you doing here? It's painful.
All right. So that was a loser. First one of the week. We'll have to say first one of the week. So we're looking to tonight. Well, maybe not even tonight, Barry. I might have tipped my hand here.
Oh, okay. That means earlier this afternoon, which can only mean conference basketball tournament in the NCAA. Action. Yes.
So let's take a little look here at a game that is going to tip at 2:00 this afternoon up in Nashville.
Is it just a point of order here? Whenever you see at VegasInsider.com and on like Yahoo.com that has all of the lines on there, can they change Auburn's abbreviation? Like I get UGA
Yeah.
and I get STJ for St. John's and NCST and all that. But why is the Auburn abbreviation always, even on the scorebook, AUB?
Well,
It just feeds
yeah.
the
That started back when ESPN during football season would put the scores in the top left corner, and they're playing somebody when this is back in the 80s. They're playing like, I don't know, Tennessee or somebody, and it said Tennessee, TENN, and then below it, AUB, AUB, and it hit. I remember looking at it going, AUB, what a great name. Perfect. Yes, from now on, from this point forward, they'll be known as AUBs.
And John would take that point and he would expand it as he normally does. AUB, like John said, hey, what a great name. It's a noun. John also uses it as a verb. Look at them over there at the Ed Teague Arena, aubing it up, you know? He would use it as an adjective, adverb. He'd use it as an adjective. What an aub thing to do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
so aub.
It's a word that can be used in so many different ways. What other word, Barry, can be used as a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb? I mean, it's amazing.
That's not a 4-syllable curse word. That's about it. You know,
I mean, it's unreal. I'm surprised they don't have a T-shirt letting everybody know that. So
they had a picture of Hugh Freeze wearing an Auburn hoodie or something, and it said Aub across the front. I sent it to John, and I said, "Doggone you, John! You've even got the coach doing it."
Yeah, missed a trademark opportunity there. All right, so the 13-18 Mississippi State Bulldogs finished the regular season in conference at 5-13. Ouch. Are taking on the Auburn Tigers, who are 16-15, 7-11 in the league. If you look at it,
a 12 seed.
Yeah. If you look at it a little further, Mississippi State has lost their last 5 games in a row. On a little 5-game losing streak.
I think since they beat Auburn when.
Wow. Their last win was against the Auburn Tigers. It sure was.
when dude went on, Josh Hubbard went off for 46 against the Tigers.
Yeah, they certainly did. So little losing streak, but their last win was against Auburn. But let's tap the brakes. Because if you look at the Auburn Tigers, they've lost 8 of their last 10. Ooh, really? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Wow. Ooh. 8 of their last 10. Their last loss coming to Alabama last Saturday in Tuscaloosa, 96-84. They lose that game by 12.
And it wasn't even really, to be honest, it wasn't even really that
It really wasn't.
close.
I think they were down by 30 at one point. So, both these teams limping into Bridgestone Arena this afternoon at 2:30. But, Barry, as I look at it here right now, Auburn is a 7.5-point favorite this afternoon against a team that beat Auburn about a month ago and were raining threes. Now, unless something has miraculously happened to Barry, I don't think Auburn's defense under Stephen Pearl is going to be improved dramatically.
I will say this. I'm glad John brought that up. I was waiting for him to bring that up as he broke this down. I want to say, and I haven't looked, but I know this was true a week ago, Auburn was in the bottom 10 in the country in guarding the three-point line. They haven't been great defensively at all, to say the least.
Yeah.
But guarding the three-point line, they're one of the literally worst in the nation. And lately, they've been just terrible at it. Alabama was getting open looks from 3 all over the place. Josh Hubbard in that game in which they beat Auburn 91-85. Josh Hubbard ended up hitting 9 3-pointers. 9. He hit a 3-pointer 9 times. Principal Rooney
Yeah.
46 points that night. School records in points and three-pointers made. He shot 63% from three-point range, and he ended up hitting 10 three-pointers. I mean, he was a volume shooter. Who's to say that he ain't going to do that again?
I'm with you there,
I mean,
Barry.
what's changed?
I get it. I don't think they're going to have that kind of shooting day this afternoon. Hey, can I say this with a straight face? I mean, I hope Auburn wins the game this afternoon.
You can say it. Nobody believes it, but you can say it.
I don't think they're covering the 7.5. I think this game's going to be tighter, neutral site. I don't think the crowd's going to be a factor by any means. You'll be able to hear the ball dribbling down the court today. But I am going to take the Mississippi State Bulldogs. I'm not sure their team, Barry, is as
locked in.
Yes. I think Mississippi State is a little more locked in than this Auburn team. I think there might be a few distractions maybe on this Auburn roster than the Mississippi State roster. And saying that, I'm taking the Bulldogs in the 7.5 in a game. I think they can cover the number against Auburn this afternoon in Nashville. How about that?
There you go. Well, let's run through here. Coming up in about 15 minutes, it's the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. Our guy Josh Harris joins us here on the show. Josh, the pick, Mississippi State covering the 7.5 against an Auburn team that dearly needs to win a few games to get into the NCAA tournament. What do you think?
I'm taking the Bulldogs, man. This is so much just greatness last week, and just I was looking online last night for the segment, thinking, like, when is the last time that Auburn hadn't made a bowl game or the NCAA tournament? So that was 22.
Hang on.
Not that long ago. Not that long ago. 2020. 2020. It's been.
How did I not think of that?
And it's. I said then it made me remember that. I don't know how long, I guess a couple months ago, I said that Auburn needs to start looking for a new athletic director because their whole program is going to crap. So I just want to come back to that. I mean,
have you not seen this baseball team, Josh? I mean, this Auburn baseball team.
Baby.
Yeah. Hey, golf team's like number 2, I believe.
This is actually really well done because this is Longshore-esque in Josh's ability to take something like, hey, who's going to win the basketball game, and turn it into an indictment of the entire athletic department and indeed the institution as a whole. Well, I'm not going to, and if that's an indictment on the institution, isn't that an indictment upon the educational system of the United States of America? Gentlemen.
Barry, I'm just.
Oh my God, that's good.
I'm just shaking my head thinking, because, Josh, years ago, it was 2013, as a matter of fact, when I coined the phrase Auburn football. How have they fallen so far so fast? That one stuck. And I said it about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Wait a minute. Has there ever been a team that makes the Final Four and the next year they don't even make the tournament?
There probably has. There almost definitely has. But still, the emphasis from John is really well conceived.
But Josh hits me with they don't make a bowl game or the NCAA tournament in the same year. Oh, how did I not think of that one?
It's a tough year. Now I see the Aubs in the comments are just going crazy, which is great. And the Aub segment is kind of wild. It is hard to think of another word that can be used in that many different ways. That is crazy. But that is a take I saw in there. I did say that that everyone's coming back and that 2025 was going to be a good football year. That's fair. I'll take the hits as well.
Meanwhile, on the
yeah.
other side, praise, again, with the beatdown of Auburn and Alabama playing their way as a very solid number 2 seed. Praise what's at stake for the Crimson Tide up in Nashville and beyond, Josh.
Yeah.
I think at a 4 or 3 seed. I mean, I don't know if we get to a 2 no matter what we do, unless we just run through the tournament, maybe. I mean, we're going to have to win pretty convincingly. We had a little hiccup stretch early on in the year or middle of the year, which we're going to have to overcome. But I mean, if we dominate those games, we can get to a 2 seed. I just think it's even if the tournaments just don't matter anymore unless you need the automatic bid. They just don't seem to affect it that often.
I think you could say the same thing about the SEC football championship game now that the playoff is with us. But I get it. I mean, I think there's some teams out there that this could be a big week for them. Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Sorry, you cut out a little bit.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You can take. Go ahead and reframe the question, John. You can take.
Yeah, I was just saying. I think there's some teams that this week could be really beneficial for, but Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, not so much. I mean, they're in. They know they're in. They're looking at bigger prizes. I mean, winning the SEC tournament, yeah, okay, whoopee, great. I know Wimp loved it, but I think Missouri and Vanderbilt and some other teams could be much more beneficial for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think those bubble teams, you can play your way in. Obviously, a big run for them could bump them up a couple seeds. Vandy's good. I mean, people forget that Vandy is a really good basketball team, and football team. Good Lord. But it's, if they get hot at the right time, they could be a dangerous team in the tournament too.
Josh, basketball's great, but we know football pays the bills, and the Tide has gone through 2 days of spring practice. They have 2 more before they break for the spring holiday. I haven't gotten much out of what's happened up there. Some number changes, name changes, weight fluctuations. Hadn't put the full pads on yet, but everything's focused on Keelan Russell and Austin Mack at quarterback, the new offensive linemen that have showed up. Hadn't heard a lot about the running game, even though they're very high on this freshman that's coming in, Crowell. What are you expecting? What are your thoughts? What are your hopes for spring practice in Tuscaloosa?
I hope that we practice a lot of run blocking and running the ball. I think other than that, it's can we get a quarterback? And we've got 2 good options, so not really worried about that. It's just what is the running game? Like I don't want to hear that, we have some decent talent. I want to hear that the running game and the offensive line looks incredible this year, or else I'm going to be pretty concerned. I mean, because it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. If you can't block for him, you're just dead in the water. I mean, you're seeing how good Ty Simpson's looking at senior day and looking at the combine. And then you look at how he looked during the year with no blocking and a broken rib. I mean, the guy's incredible. Clearly biased over here, but he looks really good.
Not wrong.
Well, I've been surprised as well, and I need to come clean. Look, I always liked Tyson. I think people got a little, maybe didn't really understand my thought process. I thought it was time for Ty to move on. I think it's being proven out from the great marks, great grades he's getting at the combine. But you're right. I think he could have been a much better player at Alabama if he'd had a little more help.
Yeah, I mean, he was beaten up last year. It was awful. I mean, we gave him zero help. The fans didn't give him much help. The line didn't give him much help. The receivers at times didn't give him much help, and surely the running game didn't give him much help. And there's only so much a quarterback can do. I mean, you look at it with any quarterback, not just in college football and the NFL, and any part of the game. Sometimes in high school, you can just have a dominant quarterback that you can't tackle and is playing 1A football. But for the most part, you need a good team around it, or else you're going to be horrendous.
Yeah, playing 1A football, and yeah, there's been some of that for sure. When you look at it, maybe it was a travesty that Trump's commission to save college football did not include Josh Harris, but we know how busy Josh is and all of that. If you had
the invite.
If
you were sick last week too. You didn't want to get those. You didn't want to get
a lot of
important
sick people. But
yeah, that's right.
But if you had been there, if you had, dressed up, gotten over there, taken the charter flight into DC and sat in there, what would have been your expectations going in that actually anything substantial is going to happen in this deal?
Probably not a damn thing is going to happen, but it was cool to see all those guys together and Trump asking Saban questions and Saban being, the noble man that he is, saying, I don't know anything about this. I'm just a football coach, which is like the perfect answer you want to hear. Like, it's exactly. I mean, the guy is, he just continues to impress me every day.
I like what
maybe
Greg
Trump
Sankey
needs to ask him a few more questions.
Yeah, yeah, maybe so. No kidding. I like what Sankey had to say, Josh. And reading between the lines, as I do a lot, maybe sometimes incorrectly, sometimes correctly. Who knows? But I just get the sense that Sankey's at his limit. He's had enough of this. He's ready for something to happen. I think the presidents and the ADs are certainly pressuring him as well to get something happening. And even going out on their own, maybe having the Big Ten go out there with them, getting their own TV deal. I'm kind of hearing some rumblings about that, we don't need all these other people. We have proven through the years we can sustain on our own. The ratings are there, the network's there, the money's there. And if the Big Ten and the SEC go about it, we just might have to do that.
Yeah. If Notre Dame can do it by themselves, we sure can do it as a conference. There are fans from all over the world that tune in for SEC football. So I don't think we need help. And SEC doesn't need no conference really needs help. None of the big conferences. Maybe ESPN could help out. You could have one conference that's on ESPN, but if you lay it out across the board, SEC fans are all over the world. They're all over. I was over in Greece for the honeymoon 3 years ago, and I had probably 6 people from different countries telling me roll tide because I had an Alabama. It travels.
Oh yeah,
it's going to continue to get bigger, and it's going to be easier to produce technology. To produce games and produce these games out, and it's just, you've got everybody and their mother that wants to grow up and be an influencer now. So there's going to be as many broadcasters as you can as you continue to grow this. So why not start it on your own?
I've said this many times, Josh. You were in Greece. I was halfway around the world in Tokyo, Japan, and look over there. You got to be kidding me. 3 Albs walking down the street. I'm thinking, no way. I'm halfway around the world. I still can't get away from these people. It's unbelievable.
It is. It's and that's, man, I'm just coming after Auburn today, but that's not Alabama. That's Auburn.
Believe me, I'm used to it.
That's Auburn. You're seeing an Auburn jersey or shirt halfway around the world. Maybe because it's discounted, but still you're seeing an Auburn jersey halfway around the world.
Yeah.
Well, they represent. I've always said it. Auburn fans represent. They're loyal. They wear the gear.
Family.
I'm telling you, when I'm traveling, it is no doubt. I see more Auburn gear than I do any other school. Maybe I'm looking for it. Maybe my radar is positioned to see it. If I see that logo or that color pattern, zing,
We've done that before. John and I have been in front of thousands of people or around thousands of people, and John says, look at that over there. And I'm like, what? No, over there. What?
I got in a
guy
cab.
back in Concourse B over there. He's wearing an Auburn tie pin.
I got in a cab at LaGuardia, taking it down to Midtown Manhattan. These two girls said, hey, can we share the cab with you? I said, certainly, ladies, be happy to you share the cab with me. We're driving to Midtown Manhattan, strike up a conversation. Both of them went to Auburn. I went, no way. What, are you kidding me? I get in a car with two Aubs? It's unbelievable.
And they stiffed him for cab fare.
Do we really think, though, as we've been going on here, do we keep? I mean, does Stephen Pearl have a job? Like,
ooh,
like, can we at least? I know we've been joking around, but in all seriousness, how does he have it? I mean, I know they love Bruce. He's probably one of my favorite Aubs of all time. He really
believe me, that fairway is wide open.
It's wide open.
Yeah,
it's wide open. I agree. Him, Frank Thomas, and Charles Barkley. Those are the only ones.
Yeah.
And my in-laws.
Yeah.
And my in-laws. But got to throw that out there as well.
Yeah. You got to. Hey,
that's we're thinking now.
Yeah.
But do they keep them? I mean, can you keep them? Is it just like?
The most scathing indictment I've heard from an Auburn person is and it drives me nuts because they use an adjective that was originated by John Longshore. They said this season feels Lebo-esque.
Ooh,
John was the first one to bring that up. Man,
how about Tony Barbee? Now he's one of my favorites, Barry. Can't leave Tony Barbee
do
out.
not want to return to the Barbee era.
If they could only bring the curtain back, Josh, but I don't know if you're old enough to remember the curtain.
We've hit the trifecta.
I remember the curtain in a can of soup to get into the games. It was great. It was
all
great.
right.
The good old days.
Hey, they've been asking for the money line picks. They say I'm all bashing, so I've got your money line pick for the day.
All right, here we go. Before we go,
pound the Bulldogs. Let's go, baby. Let's take Mississippi State
and 7.5. You got the Daily Dog and the Moneyline Magician going with Mississippi State. Wow.
Appreciate you, Josh. Thanks a bunch.
See y'all.
Well, Josh Harris, the Moneyline Magician, he looks like a sommelier today. I like the way he looks. If he put a white towel over his forearm and asked me if we want a nice Chablis, it wouldn't be out of touch. When we come back, it's the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Ram Truck Month is here at Stivers, Alabama's #1 volume CDJR dealer. New Rams, 19 grand off or 0% for 6 years. And heavy duties, 14 grand off. Backed by Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Only at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The President's Day sales event is on at Stivers, Alabama's #1 volume CDJR dealer. Grand Cherokees under 27 grand or up to 15 grand off. Wranglers, 14 grand off. And Gladiators, 16 grand off. Only at Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Don't miss your chance to win big at Victoryland Casino. Play the latest, hottest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. Don't miss out on your free play. Stop by Player Rewards today and check out this month's exciting free play promotions. Come see why our players keep coming back. You'll have more fun at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
Okay, Victoryland exit 22 off I-85 in Shorter, open 24/7, 365. It's the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. We have not seen these topics, do not know what they're about. We're seeing them for the first time just as you are.
Lou. All curated by Gurn Jr. Let's roll it here and see what he's come up with this time. Maybe an orangutan, maybe a bear in a pool. This is called Nixed Him.
Nixed Him. Okay, what do we got?
All right. Oh, Max Crosby with 2 X. I see what Gurn Jr. did. He said Nixed with 2 X's because Max spells his name with 2 X's. This is actually late breaking stuff too. The Raiders originally traded Crosby to Baltimore for 2 first-round picks. Crosby's all that. The Ravens have backed out of it because of probably some questions about his physical condition. They sent him back to the Raiders, but just moments ago, the reports are that the Ravens have reportedly agreed to a free agent deal with Bengals rush and Trey Hendrickson, who's also really, really good. How in the world are the Ravens able to, just pick up? It's Baltimore. It's not a large market. I don't know why that's why it's the Ravens who are making the Derrick Henry deals and the Max Crosby deals and then the Trey Hendrickson deals and all that. Good for them. Ravens are going to win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years.
Be nice. Yeah,
I think
be
so.
nice.
They've been close. We're back at it. Here we go.
All right, 5 to go. Let's see what we got. Wow, purple, blue, red, yellow, green. I love it. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Where will it stop? Nobody knows, but it's looking
Sounds like
the
a
blue
carnival barker. All right.
Yep. Hump.
What in the world? A camel pageant. 20 competitors are disqualified for using pumping injectables. Man, they've got plastic surgeons in the United States who are doing that right now and making a killing. A camel beauty pageant in Oman. They have no lives there.
No kidding.
The camels had received a mix of injectables, including hyaluronic acid injections for pouty lips, dermal fillers around their nose, Botox to soften their faces, and silicone to inflate their humps. Does that not happen in the human world too?
It does. It does actually. Yes.
Okay.
It certainly does.
So if you're betting on Ahmed over there on the left in the camel beauty pageant, $60 million in prize money for a camel beauty pageant. There's been rampant cheating. Who are the judges? Look at those camels. How do you pick a good-looking camel out of that group? Scroll it down just a little bit. What are we looking at here? What are the standards? They are giving camels.
I couldn't tell one camel from the other.
They are giving camels the equivalent of breast enhancement surgery.
Yeah. They look all the same to me. I don't.
Yeah, it's a camel. I don't get it. Get back at it here. Now, camel races, you can bet on that at least.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
here we go.
Those things are faster than you think.
No
All right,
doubt.
before we go, let's see what we got here. Blue, yellow, red, and green on the 7 topic wheel.
This may be Bam.
Bam.
Yep. Bam
here.
Adebayo. Yep. 83 points. The Wizards decided, defense. Who needs it?
Yeah.
Defense, schmefense. The Miami Heat playing at home beat Washington 150 to 129. And in that game, Bam Adebayo, 83 points. Passing Kobe Bryant for second highest scoring game in NBA history. Now, why in the world? Bam Adebayo, he's a good player. He's been an all-star.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't figure that Bam Adebayo would be the guy that would come in second.
This goes along the lines of, the guy was a 1,200-yard rusher against who? Do you think this guy's pumping in 83 against OKC or Detroit?
Here's
one of these other teams that are really good? I don't think so.
Well, real quick, because I know we got to move on. Adebayo set an NBA record. You say, wow, 83, gosh, exciting. It ain't exciting. Bam Adebayo set an NBA record. He was 36 of 43 from the free throw line. He shot 43 free throws.
Crazy.
Who wants to watch that?
Yeah, 270 something points scored. Nah, too many.
Yeah.
All
Most
right,
of them
three more
from
to
the
go.
free throw line.
Yeah, I don't get it.
All right, here we go.
Let's got three more. Let's see if we can get them in. I think we can. Spit
Oh,
away.
ain't no way
Let's
we
see
get them
what-
in time, but we'll run over.
Sure.
A little
Why
bit.
not? Let's try.
All
Let's
right.
see here.
Give it a shot.
Fears again.
Tears
Saban
for
coming
fears.
back?
Everybody wants to rule the world.
More NBA.
Oh, look,
No, this is college.
Again, this guy. This happened the other day. Watch this. I can't think of his first name. It's Fears Jr. Look, what he likes to do is when they bow up to him, he'll kick him with the back of his heel right in the jewels. He did that the other night against Michigan. Watch him. Watch that foot. Boo! He'll do that. He got a tech the other night, and he decides to do it again. Come on, man.
Man, ouch. Yeah.
Jeremy Fears Jr. That was a loss at Michigan. Elliot Cadeau, former North Carolina transfer. The guy comes up and bodies up to him. That's the second time he's done that. And he's gotten caught both times. You got cameras, Jeremy. They'll be able to tell that stuff.
That's not in the man code. Can't be doing that.
Don't do that.
All right, two more to go. I think we can get them.
King of the Hill, Bobby Hill. He was kicking all those kids.
Wait a minute. Ejected.
That's not my pinky.
Not my pinky.
Yeah. Tyrese Maxey, great players. 3 weeks with a finger tendon injury to his right pinky.
Come on, man, just tape it up. Come on.
You think MJ would have missed 3 weeks with a right pinky injury?
Embarrassing. Tape it up. Let's go.
Give me a
Suck
break.
it
You're
up,
making
you
millions
play.
of dollars, and you hurt. You got a tendon in your right pinky. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I'm sure sorry, but I can't play.
All right, one more to go to make it official. We got to spin it.
That's a really good one there, Gurn. Give me
It is a good one. Got to spin it. It's ejected again.
Again, Longshore in girls high school volleyball.
I don't have a problem with ejections. Who we got this time?
Oh, Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown, that's him, number 7.
Yep.
Boop. There, he's about to get teed up.
You know what, Jalen? If you'd have kept your cool, we might have covered last night.
Here's this as well. He ain't happy. He leaves. He's actually a really smart guy. He's like genius level smart, but that ain't smart. Going after the referees. And then, John, here's the coup de grace. He goes into the locker room at halftime and he tweets it out. he tweets. And I mean, he will not leave. He's screaming at the referee. He lost his cool. He's already out of the game. And he goes in the locker room and he tweets it out or puts it on Instagram or something like that. That's another fine.
Yeah. You know what, Barry?
Calm down.
Maybe the assistant coaches just should have let him go at it and see what he would have done. Would he have assaulted that official? Would he have hit him?
He never played.
He never
in the
played
NBA
again. So maybe that's what needs to happen to teach these hotheads a lesson. Ridiculous. I never took it that far.
Isn't it funny that John always likes to use other people's as example? Hey, let's make an example out of that guy. Well, what about you? Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Let's make an example out of that guy.
That'll show them.
Yeah.
All right, Barry. Tomorrow, of course, Jason Caldwell, Auburn Undercover, will join us. We'll check in with Rodney Orr, the Tider Insider, brought to you by the Destin Connection Seafood Market. And our man, Bart Heisch, will get his thoughts about the SEC tournament as well. He'll join us, our resident college basketball insider.
Always a tip of the cap to CJ Duncan, Yellowhammer News, our moneyline magician, Josh Harris, and our producer, Gurn Jr. For John Longshore, I'm Barry McKnight. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News.